Now, I want us to start off the interview and have you speak to us in your capacity as the writer of The Passport. It's a beautiful copy is sitting in front of you, and through it you describe some of the experiences of foreign nationals, and when we look at the devastating events that are happening in our country right now, I'm sure this is something that you can speak about.
Yeah, really, thank you very much for the opportunity. If I look at what's happening in the country right now, it's really sad, I must say. But let me also commend the efforts of the political leadership, the different community leaders, the different religious groups that took it upon themselves to try and do something, reaching out to the communities and educating people why it's not the right solution to go around killing people for no reason, basically. Now, coming to my book, The Passport, I wrote it and it was published end of last year, so it is not a direct result of what is happening now. But I thought it was important for me to try and help people know what goes through a person's mind before they even dream of crossing the border and going to live in a different country. There's a lot of sacrifices that one has got to make. You sacrifice your comfort zone, you sacrifice your relationships, your home country, and you go to an unknown land to try and start right from scratch. It's not easy. So I thought, through this book I can help people get to understand that it's not just because someone wants to experience what's happening on the other side of the world. So hopefully, we'll get to educate people that way. Because for me, I actually think education is the most important thing that we can, tool that we can use to empower people.
Godfrey, I know this is a difficult question to ask, but as South Africans, we simply can't do anything, and we can't allow ourselves, to do nothing about the situation. And when we're faced with countrymen who perhaps weren't born in our country but call South Africa home, who are going through a difficult time, what is the best response from South African citizens?
I must say it's probably a very small percentage of the population that is actually doing this. And in our numbers, since we are the majority, South Africans can stand up like they did last week in Durban, where they stood up and they campaigned against xenophobia. If you look at what's happening on social media, social networks, people are really denouncing such actions. Someone said to me it's a bit unfortunate because some of the people that are doing these things are not there on those social networks. So probably we need to use different methods to try and reach out to them.
Can you give us an indication of what else we can read about in your book? I see that it's letters and poems. Talk to us about that.
Yes, there is a number of letters in this book as well as poems, and it's a balanced approach that I used. Now, some of the letters that are written here are addressed to an unborn child, just to say, hey, my child, you are coming into a world that is very cruel. You will be judged because you were born from the other side of the border or the other side of the river. Now, you've got to be prepared for this. Some letters are written to neighbors to say, hey, I'm your neighbor, and I'm here because I want to make a difference, also contribute to this world. So it's basically a letter addressed to locals. But you also find another letter that is addressed to foreign nationals to say, hey, it's great that we are here now, and we're trying to do something with our lives, but let's not sacrifice our values because now we're far away from our parents. Because I also have to admit that, in some cases, foreigners do come through to this country, and all of a sudden they start getting into crime, something that they were not doing when they were still at home. All of a sudden they start doing prostitution, something that they were not doing at home. So it's important that we remain the kind of people that we were at home before we even thought of coming through to South Africa.